We're getting right to our top story this noon. Former Wheeling officer Phil Redford is in state custody and just minutes ago was arraigned on 2 charges. Let's go right to 7 News anchor Tessa DeTiro, who just got out of Ohio County Magistrate Court with these new developments. Tessa, what can you tell us?
Rachel, that's right. I just stepped out of Ohio County Magistrate Court. I've actually been following this story all morning for you. I was actually at the West Virginia State Police Barracks when Phil Redford turned himself into the state custody just a little after 11 this morning. Now, I have a lot of details I want to comb through for you, but he has been arrested and arraigned here in Ohio County Magistrate Court on 2 charges. He has been charged with a felony in possession of a firearm and a misdemeanor failure to register as a sex offender. Now, this all goes back to when Redford was arrested and charged with being engaged, actually arrested for exhibiting material depicting a minor engaged in sexual explicit conduct. Now, he took a plea deal in that case on those original charges, and as per that deal, he was to have no contact with the victim. Now, the criminal complaint that I just combed through for you today tells me that there has been an investigation that's been ongoing since March about some contact with that victim. The victim was actually involved in a crash in Philadelphia where the car that she was in was actually registered to Redford. Now, that led state police into an investigation where they actually seized several cell phones, combed through what was on those phones, which led them into more of their investigation and showed that actually Redford and the victim did have contact. Now, this Saturday, state police executed a search warrant at his home for the failure to register as a sex offender charge. They found that he was in possession of a Smith & Wesson .38 caliber gun, and that led to the felon in possession of a firearm charge. Now, I'll have much more on this story coming up later today, but he has been told that he can post a $10,000 cash-only bond. Much more developing, but for now, live outside of Ohio County Magistrate Court. Tessa DeTiro, 7 News, working for you.
Tessa, thanks.
Update. Wheeling, Ohio, first reported November 17, 16. A now former officer pled guilty to sexual abuse of a high school student while he was SRO. She is now his fiancée, though he is in hot water again as he appears to have violated the plea agreement by maintaining contact with her, failing to register as a sex offender, and possessing a firearm as a convicted felon. Update. Retired officer Phil Redford is out on a $5,000 bond after appearing in magistrate court Wednesday morning. A court date has not yet been set. Stay with 7 NEWS as we continue to update this story. A former Wheeling police officer accused of sexual abuse by a person in a position of trust appeared in Ohio County Magistrate Court Wednesday morning. Retired Lieutenant Phil Redford turned himself into West Virginia State Police on Wednesday. Redford was charged with being a felon in possession of a firearm, and failure to register as a sex offender. Roxby set a $10,000 cash bond, $5,000 on each charge. These new charges were set when Redford's fiancée was involved in a car accident, allegedly driving Redford's car. The accident occurred March 31, 2017. The vehicle was registered in Redford's name. After the accident, an officer obtained a search warrant for the vehicle, where the officer found and seized 2 cell phones. From the cell phones, the officer recovered text messages between Redford and his fiancée, who were to not have contact. It was also discovered that Redford had not registered as a sex offender, which was a part of his original plea deal. Another search warrant was obtained for the residence of Redford, where officers found a black revolver. Related, former Wheeling police officer arrested on sexual abuse charges involving teen. The case surrounds Redford's relationship with a 17-year-old student at the Lindsley School while he was the head of security there. Redford and the victim, his now fiancée, are to have no contact for the next 3 years as well.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheep up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Sheriff County COPWATCH with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if some, if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave a, let's say, actually, yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But, do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, at least I can do it, 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt-free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, if I got, some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. 47,000 of you so far right now. $1 a day. $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.